Hi, Christine Armstrong with Exercise Ruckus. Today we're going to have fun with bands. Have a chair, and I have two bands. So you can, if you have two bands, great. If you don't, it's okay. Heavier resistance, lighter resistance. We're also going to work a little bit on balance just to keep our body tuned up. This will be a full body workout. We're going to do 2 sets of everything. So just know you get to do it twice. So as your body learns it the first time, you'll be able to slowly gain more knowledge with that movement the second time around. Have a good spirit, keep your posture tall, think about lengthening through the neck, lifting your ribs off your hips, and being as tall and long as you can be. So first we're going to start with a warm-up. And what I want you to do is use your chair so that as you gain your ability to move your feet a little bit better, you'll have a little extra support while you're working on it. And first I just want you to rock forward and back on your toes, lifting your heels, and then go back to your heels and lift your toes, and don't let your buns come out when you lift your toes, and just go back and forth between the two. Go as high as you can comfortably. Spread your toes wide in your shoes. We don't want to have to work on balance with this. We just want to get our ankles warmed up. Pick up your left heel. Have your left hand on the ground or on your chair. Grow tall. Pull the hip in. And then as you're able, lift that foot up. And if you feel confident, release your hands and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Very good. Rock and roll a little bit. Now shift your weight onto your left leg. Pull that hip in. Don't let the hip pop out. Pull it in nice and strong. You should feel your hip muscles working. Grow really tall. Hold on with your right hand as you begin to raise your right foot. And if you're able, let go. I go to platter hands for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release. Very good. Stretch up, reach up, and then squat down, touching your toes. You can go to your knees, shins, toes, floor, and then slide your hands back up, stretch up, and reach up. 5 times. Go as far as you can, lowering your hips. Pull your belly in. You'll hear me say button and zip your pants a lot. That helps you engage your core muscles. Good, nice and tall. Okay, so now come back to that chair. Just kind of wanted to get a whole body moving there. And now this time, turn your heel out. So I'm standing on my left leg and turning my right heel out. Stand tall and then raise the heel. Raise the heel. This is just warming up the hips. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again, if you can let go, but if you can't, that's okay. And then begin to turn the other heel. So I turn that toe in and my heel is out. And I bring it slightly behind me. And then lift the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Good. March in place. Nice and easy. And then opposite hand to me. Grow tall. And then opposite hand to foot. So as I kick my foot out, I pull my toes towards me. And now heel taps. So you reach back and tap the opposite heel. And then as you go, you can stretch and reach with the opposite hand. So it's kind of a cross your body. rotational component here. It's okay if you can't kick your butt. One more. Good, shoulder circles. And then we're gonna play with our shoulder blades a little bit. So what I want you to do is you're gonna reach forward and bring your hands out to the side. And what I want you to notice is pay attention to the gunk in the neck. As your shoulders come up, are you rounded, are you forward? Can you not get your hands there? Think about those couple of things. And then bring your hands slightly forward and raise the hands above the shoulders just a little bit. And then I want you to turn the thumbs down. Turn your thumbs down so your palms are pushing away like you're gonna part some curtains. Here I am. We push those curtains away. And now I want you to create as much space by drawing the shoulders back. So pull your shoulder blades towards each other in the back, and then push the curtains open. And then extend the hands and see if you don't have a little bit more space in your neck. And then do some small circles. Keep that shoulder blades pulled backwards a little bit, but you don't have to have your hands straight out to the side. Other way. And then also today we're going to be doing a lot of gripping, so we'll make sure to take some breaks in between to stretch our hands. So we'll start with the first one. Interlace your fingers, and then so the people are on the outside of the church, and then turn your palms away, open the hands, try to bring the thumb towards the floor and the pinky towards the ceiling. And then slowly extend. Let your head drop, round out your spine, let the shoulder blades move away from the spine. And then lift your head a little bit and draw the shoulder blades back towards the spine. Again, thumbs down, pinkies up, and then whatever you can do overhead. And it's okay. As soon as you start to bend your elbows, that's as far as you get to go though. And stretch and reach. And then release that. But as you release, you're going to change one pinky on the bottom. I'm going to put that one, make this one go on the bottom. Change that interlace, okay? That's a fun one. And it's a bit of a brain gym the first few times you do it. So don't worry if you can't get it right away. Turn the palms inside out. Reach out, tuck your chin, drop your head, round your shoulders, and then lift the head, retract the shoulders, and come up overhead. Try not to bend the elbows too much. Hopefully you can hear the little birdies chirping near me. And release. Good, a little shoulder roll here. All right, I feel like we're getting pretty warmed up here. So grab your band. I'm gonna start with my heavier resistance. If you have that, grab it. If not, don't worry, just use the one you have. Mine, I have to fight with the material. And you'll hear me say I choke up a lot. That means I don't hold the handles, but maybe I'll keep them from hitting me. But I tend to go lower on my band. And stand on your band. Separate your feet so they're hip distance. And it's okay if your toes turn out a little bit. And then slowly drop down. This will be just a nice, easy warm-up resisted squat. We're gonna do 15. And actually, we're gonna do 3 sets of this today. So just know that. And as you go down, I want you to think about lifting your belly button up and back and squatting as low as you can. Here's 10, I believe we've got 5 more, and you guys know I'm crummy counter, so we might get 1 or 2 extra, because you know how I roll. Good, and then release. Take a moment, I'm getting warm. I'm gonna peel my jacket off, that's a good thing. Let's see how the rest of this day goes. All right, round 2. You're gonna lift a heel. So you're gonna have 1 foot on the band with the heel lifted. and then down and up for 15. So now all my weight is on my left leg. Really, it's my right leg, but for you guys, it's my left leg. Stand tall, lift your shoulders, button and zip your pants. More. And release. Good. Pause for a minute and we'll go to the other side. Keep that posture tall. And as you do that, think about lifting your ribs off your hips and think about that buttoning of the pants. So button my pants and zip my zipper, okay? That kind of gives you the same feeling. All right, so other leg. So I still have one foot on the band with my heel lifted. All my weight is on my right leg and down and up. Keep the chest lifted, button and zip. Have your neck neutral though. Don't try to strain your head to look at the screen. Just count to your 15. Couple more. Excellent, good. Take a break. Now we're gonna go into a lunge. This is gonna be a compound move. So we'll be in a lunge position. So put your right foot on the band and move that out in front of you. And then bring your left foot back. Now, if you have a hard time with balance, have your legs a little wider apart. Don't try to be in line, okay? So you do your lunge. And again, pick where you want your band to be for tension. And you can practice, bring it up, and you get it close to your shoulders, okay? That's your goal. And then bend that front knee. But don't forget the back foot is really your anchor. So push through that back foot a little bit. You'll feel the butt turn on a little bit. And then lift the chest as you bicep curl. Roll the belly in, button and zip. We'll do 12 here. Good, release. Come together, other foot. Left foot forward, right foot back. Good, bend that front knee a little bit. Turn your chest so it's facing the same direction as the knee, but push through that back heel. That's where your stability comes from, belly in and up, and go. 12 reps at your own speed. Good, we're getting there. Lift that chest. Think about your belly. Think about your legs. 2 more. Good. Rest for a moment. And the reason we did 12 is because we're going to repeat that same move, okay? So we're going to do 2 sets of everything. So here we go. Right foot forward. Check your band. Bend your knee. Press through the back leg. Lift your chest. Belly in and up and go. For 12 reps. Spread your collarbones. And I don't go real fast with the exercise bands. I like to go slow on the down for the release. Two more for you. And switch feet. Here we go, last one. Hopefully your arms are getting a little burn here, not too much, but enough. Strong back leg, bend the front knee, lift your chest. You always should set yourself before you start. Belly in and up. Here's 8. Good, and release. I think I got a couple extra reps in there. That's okay, it won't hurt you. Wonderful. Okay, lawnmower pull. So we're gonna go back to that lunge position. And this time you can kind of pick and choose. We're kind of taxing the same muscle group here. So you can either put both bands in one hand and it's opposite from the foot, or you can have a single band. It depends on the tension of your band. Pick your poison. Have that good lunge position. Again, this is great static hold. Hips have to work. And then pull. And this is a big muscle, and we are doing 2 sets, but you should be able to do 15. And my first set, I'm keeping my sternum mostly pointing forward, not 100%. But all those other things apply. 5 more. Good, and switch legs, other leg. Opposite sides, pick one band or 2. Bend the front leg, strong back leg, and row. All those posture things. Get strong in the back leg, that's your foundation. 13, 2 more. Wonderful. Okay, now the second round, you can stay where we were. So you can do exactly what we just did. Or if you want to take it a little bit farther, I want you to reach for the ground or reach towards the ground. Pay attention to that front knee. Don't let it wonky in or out. Okay, so as I reach, I've got to bend that front knee, go as far as you can, and pull towards your ribs. But this time you're going to turn the ribs. So now my sternum is facing center this direction, but this knee has to stay pointing forward. It likes to drift in, so you have to work really hard to keep that knee in line, okay? So that's the most important. So we press strong back leg, button zip, do everything, reach as far as you can, and then pull and turn, but pay attention, that knee should be going the opposite direction, away from the turn. There's 2. Just add in a little more real life motion. And again, your reach can be wherever you're able to reach. There's 8, I believe. Hard to count and talk. Wonderful. Other side. Here we go. So bend that knee. Strong foundation. You can choke up if you need to. I'm good where I am. I know what my pull is. So practice the first one slow. And as you pull, turn that knee away and turn the ribs towards the middle. So it's a slower lunge. There's a little more to do. But again, be strong in the back. And that is the osprey. There's 13, 14, and 15. And the osprey has a nest near here. So you will hear them. They're building it, getting it ready. They haven't laid their eggs yet, but they're getting ready too because it's almost springtime here. Take your band and just reach it overhead. And reach overhead comfortably. You don't have to be directly up by your ears unless you're able and it doesn't bother your shoulders. And then you're going to pull the band towards your chest. And as you do, pull the elbows down and back. Down and back. And stand tall on both feet. Pull the belly button, button and zip the pants. And lift the chest as you pull the band towards it. Hands are spreading. I tend to do a lot of these. But don't worry, we'll come back to it. Do 5 more. Arms are getting tired. It's okay. A little bit of tired is good. 2 more. Good. Release. Let's do a little hand stretchy. We've been doing a lot of gripping. Do roller coasters. Try and go both ways. That's kind of a fun brain gym. Good. Turn the hands inside out. Open palms. That always helps. Stretch the fingers. Each end reaching as far away from its end as possible. Stretching them, your fingertips away. Opening that hand. Now we're going to go into tricep extension. And again, we'll be in that lunge position. And so you can step on the band. I'm choosing my right hand today, and tricep extension is funny. So we're going to do shoulder extension first so you understand the difference. So while you're standing on your band, button and zip, strong back leg, and push your hands back, keeping your elbows straight. Push your hands back. You don't have to go real far behind your hip, so don't worry if you don't go very far. But as you do, lift your chest and spread your collarbones away from each other. So I try to make my collarbones really big. Good, switch, we're gonna do the other leg. We're gonna do that on both legs. Give each leg a chance to do that lunge. And the front knee, button and zip, and reach back. Straight arms, lift the chest, spread the collarbones. You hear an engine, you think it's the beer truck. Two more. So we just did shoulder extension. Now we're going to do tricep extension, and I want you to feel the difference between the two. So we'll do that same lunge position and bend the front knee, stabilize the back leg. But this time, I'm going to choke up just a little bit on my bands. Bring the elbows in line with the rib cage. Now, glue your elbows there. Don't let them change. Spread the collarbones wide. You can even almost pinch your shoulder blades towards each other and then push back. And right now I'm pushing back. The thing that goes back first is going to be my palms. So again, chest lifted. You can lean forward a little bit if you need to. That's fine. Squeeze the back of the arms. Squeeze those triceps. Again, we'll do 12. We're halfway. Neck is neutral. Here's 10. Good, release. And we'll switch legs because we want to be an equal opportunity trainer. So bend that front knee, lift the chest, spread the collarbones, bring those elbows back, button and zip, and extend. Now this time, I want you to push your pinkies back. So now my palms are facing my hips, And I drive my pinkies back. And again, spread the collarbones, lengthen the spine, and squeeze the back of that tricep. Here's 10. Good, and release. Woo, that felt good. All right, getting those arms warmed up, front and back, working the biceps and the triceps. We're gonna go into the bigger muscles of the chest. So take your band and bring it around your back. And I like it underneath my arm. It's more comfortable. And I also tend to choke up, so I hold my handles. And we're gonna stay in a partial squat. So you wanna bend your knees, pull the abdomen in, button and zip, and then kind of stick your tailbone out just a little bit. So I'm trying to push my tailbone away from my feet and then press both hands forward. Again, I always talk about lifting and spreading the collarbones just to keep our chest lifted. We're gonna do 15, it's big muscle. There's 10, we got 5 more. 4, 3, 2. Now just your right arm, reach forward. And you can create more tension or less tension. If you wanted, you could double your bands. I'll keep it single for simplicity. 10, 2 more. And then the other arm and go. Right in front of you. Keep your shoulders depressed. Again, check your posture. There's 10, 11, 12. Now the next round, you're going to go way across. So I reach across. And do a trunk rotation, but keep the feet firmly planted. Tailbone slightly out. Hips have to work a little more. Here's the osprey. 2 more. Other side. Check your posture. There's 8. 2 more. And now both arms again. Both arms. Arms are getting tired, so that's good. Pushing away like you're doing a push-up. Good, and then release. Whew. So now we're going to take that same position, band underneath us. And again, I'm holding on to my handles, but choking up a little bit. And again, we're going to that partial squat position. So belly in, button and zip, tailbone sticking out slightly. This time the elbows are going to remain soft. And this is a chest fly. So flies are a little wider. And the chest has to work harder on the underlying muscles a little bit more. Good. And now the next round, you're going to press your arms forward, but I want you to keep your right arm forward as you bring the left out to the side. And again, you don't have to go very far, and my thumbs are pointing up. So as I come together, I bring my palms together. Boy, I can really feel this in my shoulders. This is 10, we got 2 more. And you guessed it, and now the other side. Ooh, I can feel this one. Shoulders are working. There's 7, going to 12. You get a rest, 11, 1 more, 12, good, there's your rest. Roll your shoulders. That was a good one. I do like those. You've done it. If you have the opportunity to be able to go to a lighter band, that's what I've done, is swapped out for my lighter band for the rest of our shoulder activities that we're going to do. So standing on your band, and a little bit of a lunge. We don't have to do as big a lunge as we did before. It doesn't have to be very big, more just for stability. And again, lift the chest, spread the collarbones, all that good stuff. And keeping the palms are going to face the floor. I raise them up kind of in the shape of a V. And as you pull the arms up, drop the shoulder blades down. So as the arms raise, try to bring my shoulder blades towards the floor. Keeping my chest wide, which is the hard part. 2 more. Good. Okay, now switch feet. And this time you're going to turn your thumbs forward. So my palms are facing each other. All of those good things, button and zip, lift and be tall, and raise. Feel the stability in your back leg as you raise the arms up. And again, pull those shoulder blades down. And 1 more. Good. And then release. Okay, and since we're doing everything twice, here we go. 1 foot on, soft knee, posture, palms towards the ground. 10, 9. Go a little wider. And switch legs. And now this time pinkies up. I'm sorry. This time thumbs up. Again, nice soft lunge, all the good things that go with it. Good. My arms are feeling that. How about you? I hope so. Hope you're getting a good enough burn off of this. All right, we're going to play with a little bit more balance. So have your support system. I have my silly little chair here that I travel with. And push down into the chair with your fingertips or your palms, depending on how high your chair is, doesn't really matter. But you'll feel as you push down how that kind of lifts your body a little bit taller. And I like that. So see if you can maintain that feeling of being tall. And then depending on the support you need, bring your right foot forward and put it in front of your heel like you're on a tightrope. Now some of you might struggle with that. And if that's the case, if this is really, really hard, sidestep that front foot a little bit. It's okay, all right? You don't have to be perfectly in line, but the goal is to get there, to work towards that. Always have a little external support in case you need it. We don't want any falls. So again, I begin to rock forward and back on those feet. Let both feet, the front foot and the back foot, take all of your body weight. Okay, this tells those feet what to do. And then ground your back heel. So push the back heel down and bend that back knee slightly. And lift your front chest, okay? There's that button and zip that engages that core. And then as you're able, let go of your surface. Some of you may do a touch and go. Okay? Some of you may be able to let go a little longer, but you're a little wobbly. That's okay. We do what we can. And I won't ask you to close your eyes unless you want to. And then release that. Step back, both feet equal on the ground. And now notice how one leg feels really long. That back leg should feel a little bit longer than that front leg. And then now we switch, other foot, heel to toe. And again, rock forward and back. So I put all the weight on the front leg and then all my weight on my back leg so that both legs are working. And then I pause in the middle and bend that back knee slightly, pushing the heel into the ground. That helps engage the core. Get tall, pick a focal point, and if you're able, let go, do what you can. And we got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful, very good. Okay, we're gonna repeat that. Change legs. Again, ground that back hip, that really helps. Pick your focal point, that helps. Lift your chest, be tall, and release. And then if you're feeling brave, you can either keep your hands here at platter hands, or you can bring your arms overhead. This is a little harder. And we got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Release. Pause in between. Let's change legs. Again, a little weight through that back heel, back knee, but then the front leg's working, right? The front leg's working. Grow tall. Pick your focal point. Release your hands. You can do platter hands, you can do airplane hands, you can do arms overhead, you can do out to the side, whatever makes you happy. I'm going to try and bring mine all the way up, stretch and reach for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, and release. And then now stand on both feet and see if your legs don't feel a little more equal. That one time when you really felt that one leg long, now you should feel fairly equal on both feet. Last, we're going to do a modified tree. So again, have your support. You can have your support in front of you. I turn so that you guys can see me, so it's okay if you're facing the back of your chair. Pop up your heel. So we'll start, we'll switch legs. So I want you to really, really, really ground your left hip. So I push that left heel into the ground. I raise my right heel. I try not to let my hip levels change. Try to keep the hips equal. And then turn that knee out. My heel is resting on my ankle and my toe is still touching the ground. I'm still touching my chair. So I want you from this position, allowing that bent knee to go down and away, let that groin release and open. But this hip has to stay firm. So it's 2 different actions. This cheek's gripping more on the side. This cheek is gripping more on the back. Okay. And then from here, you can hang on, or you can go to platter hands. And then if you feel like lifting the leg, lift the leg, but place it on the calf. Pull your belly in and up, and we'll hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Nice, good. Now check your legs again. Well, that one leg will feel really long, so now we're going to make that one work. So press down into that right leg. Don't let the hip pop out. Push it in. Turn the left knee out. Rest the heel on the ankle, toes on the ground. Again, you can have your support. You face your chair. And this hip wants to stick out, so I have to work a little harder on this side. Find our balance point. Release if you're able. Slide your foot up if you're able. Pick your focal point. Grow tall for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. And release. Balance always gets you going, and it's great for your whole body. It works your entire body when you work that balance. So take a little time to stretch. My favorite is a counter stretch or chair stretch. It's got a lot of different names. Separate your feet, walk your feet back enough so that you can bend over comfortably forward. But don't let your belly sag. Lift your tummy up. And sit back on your heels a little bit. And as I sit back on my heels, I push my chair away from me to lengthen my shoulders, open up my chest, and drop your head. And from here, in this position, if you can't get your head down, turn your hands on the side, lift your thumbs so your thumbs are pointing more towards the ceiling, and maybe maybe bring your head a little higher. You don't have to go between your ears, but I want you to bend one leg and straighten. Bend that knee, let that opposite hip rise up towards the ceiling. And then straighten that leg out and then bend the other one. And again, the one hip stretch towards the ceiling. And now go through both, kind of side to side, nice and slow. And release. And then bring yourself all the way up. And then for a nice little side stretch, bring your right arm up. And it's okay if you can't get to your ear. You can try turning the thumb down and parting the curtains. That does help to get the arm up. But if you're here, that's okay too. And then turn it so the palm is facing the ceiling. Grab it with the other hand. So now I got to really ground my left hip as I tip to the left. And as I tip to the left, now push that right leg down into the ground. And you'll notice that the stretch is a little more. And I try to push the butt of my hand away from me. So I'm reaching away. You really feel a good stretch as you reach for that same side leg towards the ground. And then up, release your arms. And then come on up. Again, wherever, whatever works for you. Sometimes I like that parting. It helps me get my arm up a little bit better. Turn the palm towards the ceiling. And then now really hard, you're going to stand on your left leg, ground through it. Or I'm sorry, your right leg, my left. And then really reach the left leg down towards the ground as you stretch the left butt of your hand away from you to lengthen the whole side body. You should feel that through your side. And you can even turn and look up. Release. Shoulder rolls, nice and easy. Willow tree, so just let your arms be floppy. Let your body rotate. Now we're going to stretch our hamstrings. So have your chair, and you're going to put your foot up on the seat. So I want the back of the chair on the same side as the leg you're putting up. So you're going to put one leg up. And for some of you, your muscles might be really tight. And if you can't get your leg straight, that's okay. You're going to slowly work towards that. That is your goal. But those of you that are really flexible have to be careful because sometimes you do too much bending in the lower back. And so our goal is going to be to keep the chest lifted, long and strong as you come forward, holding onto the chair with the same side hand, and then reaching the opposite hand either towards the knee, the shin. But I don't let my chest fall. You have to keep your chest lifted. You're going to keep reaching forward. I'm fairly flexible, so I can do quite well. You'll notice that the leg that's up, that hip goes high, wants to rise up, so drop that hip so that you equalize your pelvis a little bit more. And then maybe on an exhale, maybe if you get a little farther. Leg. So again, I like the same side leg as the back of the chair. Stand tall first, flex the foot if you're able. Grow tall. Again, don't let your back round. You're going to reach with the opposite hand, either towards your knee, your shin. It's okay if the knees bend a little bit if you tend to be a little bit tight. If you tend to be a little bit loose, this leg wants to lock out. Bend that support leg as you reach. I have fairly good mobility here. And again, you want to level out the pelvis. So the leg that's up, that hip tends to rise. So you're going to drop that down, lengthen your spine, and reach. You get a nice stretch on the hamstring, maybe on the calf too. And release. So now we're going to stretch the front of the thigh. We did a lot of thigh work. So taller people, build your seat, have a pillow, something higher to sit on, a couple folded towels will help. I'm small, so I don't have as much problem with this. And we're going to also add a little bit of a twist. So I sit sideways in my chair. This cheek is hanging kind of off the edge, not quite, but almost. And hold on with to the back of the chair so you don't feel like you're gonna fall. And then drop that outside knee. And you can wiggle the foot side to side. The tendency is to arch, so you really have to button and zip here. And then the other thing is the hip wants to hike, so you have to try to work on having a relatively level pelvis. It doesn't have to be perfect. This hip is going to move back a little bit. That's okay. This hip's going to move forward. And then grow really tall. So get a good stretch through the front of the thigh. If you want, you can even turn your foot under. It's a little harder with tennis shoes, so I tend to keep my toe on the ground. And then we're going to take that outside arm and reach for the back of the chair. And then take that back arm back of the chair arm, and place it on the back side of the chair if you're able. Stay with your eyes pointing towards the knee that's forward. Lift your chest, grow tall, take a breath. Kind of a nice hip opener. Tuck the tail just a little bit, level the pelvis a little bit, and then turn and look over that back shoulder. So follow the inhale, and then lengthen and deepen that rotation if you're able. All right, other side, here we go. So we allow that outer hip to drop off just a little bit, hanging on with the hand on the back of the chair. Drop the knee. Some of you might have your knee slightly forward, and that might even be a lot of a bend. So do the best you can with what your knee and hip allow. Try to level your pelvis. So I try to ground my inside hip a little bit more as I work the back leg back and stretch front of the thigh. Button and zip, and keep arching. And I get back to about as far as I can be. Grow tall. I tend to collapse a little bit as I come back. Grow tall, open your chest. Then take that outside arm and bring it around. Grab the side of the backrest of the chair. Lift your chest. Take a big inhale. Grow tall. And on the exhale, turn and open your shoulder. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, deepen that rotation if you're able. Back your shoulders. Release. Bring that leg forward. Shoulder roll. And then grab the back of your chair wherever you can. Some people grab the seat. Some people grab the seat. Wherever your shoulders will allow you to be, it's okay. I'm getting there. Come forward on my chair. Allow your chest to collapse and round. Let the shoulder blades go away from each other. And then from your tailbone, stick your tail out like you're a happy dog, arching your back, pushing your belly button forward. Open your chest, roll the shoulders back, kind of roll your way up. Open up. And now with your hands, pull the chair apart. Try to pull the hands outward. A little isometric contraction, and then relax. And you'll notice you get a little more space. Lift the chest. Give yourself a hug. One hand on your shoulder blade, other hand on top of the shoulder, stacking your elbow points. Raise the elbow points up. Let the chin just go with it. And then release. You go the other way. Shoulder blade, top of the shoulder, raise the elbow points. And release. Last but not least, join the fingertips together. Press into the fingertips. Each hand working as hard as the other. Bring it up above your forehead. Keep going a little higher. And now try to bring your elbows towards each other. Keep raising up, keep raising up. It's okay if the elbows stay bent. Get a nice stretch on the back of the arms, maybe through the shoulder girdle, and then release. Give yourself a pat on the back for a job well done. Hope you enjoyed this video. Keep moving.